don't know where you are, but in Melbourne at the moment, it is freezing, absolutely freezing. So I've jumped on the couch and I'm trying to get myself warm. Tonight, I did something that I don't normally do, but I absolutely loved it. So, one of the things that I have been scared of since I've been on my own again is going out and doing sort of coupley things, but on my own. And one of the things that I really love to do, I love to go to the theatre and I love musical theatre. And really, this period of time is about, I guess, getting to know myself again, getting to know what is it that I really like, what is it that I really love, what are the things that I would love to do that I haven't been doing over the last 6 years, that I haven't been doing over the last however long. And so it's almost like dating myself again and really getting to know what is it that makes my heart sing? What is it that lights me up? What are the things that I'm doing at the moment that I just don't want to do anymore? And what are the things that I don't have in my life that actually give me energy and make me feel alive and make me feel inspired and optimistic and driven? And so tonight, just a few days ago, the opportunity came up, I think it was on Facebook, and there was an ad to see The Odd Couple. And my friend had been to see it and she said it was amazing, but she'd already been to see it. And rather, normally what I do is I think, oh my gosh, who could I ask? And I'd think about and I'd go through and I'd start texting friends, who will come with me. And in a way, that can create a little bit of anxiety as well because you're then waiting for someone to say yes and then feel a little bit of rejection if nobody does and then I haven't ended up going. And so tonight I a couple of days ago booked my tickets and tonight I went to see The Odd Couple on my own at the Comedy Theatre and it was amazing. I sat in the second row because it was a single seat, so it was cheap. Hello, a single seat, it was cheap, second row from the front, and I love being at the front because I love to see. I come from an acting background and a media background, and so I love to see the facial expressions and being a connection and behavior and body language specialist and coach. For me, seeing the expressions and particularly when the actors are really in the moment and they're feeling that emotion and you can see that they're not even in a play, they're not acting, but they're actually experiencing it. For me, I get a real buzz out of that. And so I love being really close in the spit row, basically. I'm spitting at you now. In the spit row, basically, where I can get really up close and personal to the action. And so I called an Uber in because of course I was running late. I'm always running late. I have a problem with time. Unless I'm going to a client meeting, then I'll be on time. But otherwise, yeah, I have a problem with time. I think I've talked about that before. But that's okay. It is what it is. And so I called an Uber in because I'd completely underestimated how long it was going to take me to get ready. And I thought I've got so much time. I'll do the dishes. Oh, I might make the bed. Oh, I should just watch this video. And then all of a sudden it was like, oh, that 5 minutes leeway had turned into 20. And I would get there within 5 minutes of it starting. And I was a little bit nervous walking in and particularly asking for someone to take a photo of me sort of standing in front of the curtain near the stage and then outside. I don't know why. If I'm in a group, have you ever experienced this? If I'm in a group, I have absolutely no problem. I feel as though I'm a pretty courageous person most of the time. I have no problem going up and talking to anyone. I mean, when you have done what I do for a job, you're always talking to people you don't know. But there's something about when you're in a vulnerable situation. I was there on my own and the dynamic was different. All of a sudden, I just felt like a loser asking someone to take a photo of me, which is nuts. That's something I'm just going to have to do. I'm going to ask people to take photos of me everywhere. I think part of it is I don't like to be seen as that person who's just constantly taking photos of themselves. But that's so ridiculous, isn't it? And so in the end, I took a selfie of myself outside and I'm like, ugh. But it was great. And aside from those moments, it didn't matter that I wasn't with anyone else. I was wedged between a couple of people and everybody was laughing and I was laughing after a few minutes, I just completely forgot that I was on my own, because I wasn't on my own. I was with hundreds, maybe thousands of people who were there for the exact same reason that I was. And it's interesting because, do you ever avoid things because you don't want to do them on your own, or you're scared that you're going to look like a loser, or that you're going to feel, or that vulnerability is going to come up? You're going to feel as though, yeah, that it can make you feel vulnerable when you're out there doing things on your own. Well, for me anyway, particularly if you've been together with somebody for a long time, you've gotten into the habit of doing everything as a couple. But I really loved it. I really loved it. And it was interesting because on the way, I had a lovely Uber driver, and we were talking about Melbourne, and he was from Pakistan, and he said that he'd been here for a year and a half and he hadn't met anyone, nobody. He goes to university, but he hadn't met anyone. And he said, I'm an introvert, I haven't met anyone. But just because we're in that introversion, and is a personality trait, introversion, extroversion, it's about where we get our energy from. But just because you're introverted doesn't mean that you cannot connect. Yes, it might require you to be brave, but there's a lot of opportunities wherever we go. Sitting in the Uber there, talking to him for half an hour, really getting to know him, and we connected on this deep level. All of these connections are important. It's not just the connections you make with friends. Everywhere you go, there's opportunities for human connection. There are opportunities to join clubs where you're interested in something. Like last night, I went and did the women's singing group. And I was scared of singing in public in a group, since after what the music teacher had said to me when I was 19. But it was wonderful. And now all of these women, I can see them becoming friends. So if you find that you're maybe single, or maybe not, or maybe in a relationship but you feel alone, or you feel isolated, or maybe you've got kids, or maybe your kids have now grown up and now you're feeling like, who am I even? I want to remind you that a lot of us feel the same way. So when you strike up a conversation, even if it's at the checkout, you're actually giving people, I think connection is the biggest gift that we can give to anyone. You're giving people a gift by connecting with them, but you're also giving yourself a gift. And so, is there anything that you would like to do on your own? Are there any things that you've been holding back? Is there any area of your life where you've been saying, oh, I'll do it later, I can't, I'll do it when? Tomorrow. Tomorrow never comes. We always say tomorrow. It's a way of having some relief, putting our fears to the side, but we're also putting our life to the side. So if you would like, DM me, put a comment down below. What is it that you would love to do that you haven't done because nobody that you know wants to do it with you? Maybe you can post below. Maybe we could both be doing things together that we want to do that none of our friends want to do. What are the fears are there any fears that you've been working at? Do you have any wins that we could celebrate? I would love to celebrate those with you. You can also join the Facebook group, A Year Facing Fear. And until next time, I want to say thank you so much for joining me once again. If we haven't met, my name's Katia. And until next time, I see you, I believe in you, and you have absolutely got this. And I'm so excited to be sharing this journey with you. Mwah.